Good morning, everyone. Yanni Matson, Vortex Advantage Ag here in beautiful Alvarado, Texas, south of Fort Worth. We're super excited today to show you our brand new spray drone trailer. Many of you have seen our YouTube video build of our OG trailer, the car hauler, fully enclosed. I think that video got like 11,000 views over the last year and a half, so got a lot of great feedback on that. Thank you all. We've shifted our focus to a trailer that had more accessibility into some rougher terrain. We do a lot of pasture work. I'd say 90% of what we're doing down here is pasture. So we went with the Apexx Acre King 2. That's the trailer behind me here. And we are now dealers for Apexx. We're very proud to be dealers. They make an amazing product. This suits our mission. And having the ability to have the enclosed portion in the front with drone storage that's lockable, and the open kind of business end of the trailer in the back for washout and cleaning and everything else was the way we wanted to go. So we're going to take a tour of the trailer. It's going to be a detailed tour, so come on with us and I'll show you around. First and foremost, the trailer comes as either a bumper pull or a gooseneck. So if you prefer a gooseneck, you can definitely order it that way. It's got two 10,000-pound axles, which are plenty heavy duty for this trailer. A heavy duty jack up front, and full solar charging panel. So this solar unit here actually back charges a 12-volt system for the trailer. We've got a battery inside what we call the Dogghouse here. We'll show you that in a little bit, but if you're out in the field and you're flying, we'll take you up top in a little bit, but in the pilot protection area up there underneath that beautiful pipeline or cloud umbrella, badass umbrellas. These are the best umbrellas out. I've never seen an umbrella made so well, so I got big props for those guys. All aluminum staircase going up. We've got two outlets up there so we can charge controller batteries for the T50s, and we put a fan up there. And when you're running those 120 volt different products, you need a generator. So we have this 2200 Honda right here. We'll take this here and plug it into the generator, and that will basically provide 120 power to all the outlets on the trailer itself. We're the first trailer Apexx did that was all white. It's hot down here in Texas, so I didn't want a black trailer. I figured white would be less hot, and I was dead right on that, because it is August and I'm sweating like crazy and it's hot. So next up is the drone storage area. So I've got one T50 in here right now, but we've got the more ride slide. So the drone basically just slides all the way out here. You can either do a one or two person carry. I've done one person carry out of here plenty of times where I just lift the back end up, get it over the side right here, drop it down on my hip, and deploy the drone. Once you get this drone out, if it's a two-man carry, usually we'll just grab it from here, one on each side, set it down. We'll end up flying up top to the upper deck and doing our work from there most of the times. So the tray, once you've got one drone deployed, the drone sets out there, you close it, you go around the other side, it slides out the other side, and you deploy the other drone. That's if you're running two drones. This trailer is really ideally set up for a two drone, two T50s, two T40s, a T50, a T25, whatever you have going on. It's got this really nice staircase here. Again, a more ride staircase. This flips up so you can very quickly move. Boom, shut the door. That stays put. We're all good. We'll take you inside the Dogghouse real quick and show you what's going on. All LED lights. So again, everything is back powered here. We've got a backup battery and the solar charging system here, and a cutoff switch here. So if we want to turn everything off, we can just shut that down. While this thing's in the field, this solar is back charging into this battery, keeping that thing replenished. We just had it going for 2.5 days and never ran even below half on the battery. So you could do a lot of things in here. I think eventually we may put a mini split 1-ton air conditioning unit. We'll put the condensing unit on the front and put probably the cassette or the coil up here and turn this thing into a friggin' ice box. So again, we just got back from a trade show, so we have some stuff in here, but this is really what it is, We keep accessories. I have PPE. I've got extra valves and parts in here. Apexx does a great job of putting together a kit for you with extra valves. And then got some music over here. We've got our cooling stations with the appropriate cords we need. Some, again, PPE, Mavic multispectral, a couple C8000 chargers, and then the remote here. Do with it what you will. You know, you could put a flat screen up in here if you wanted to. I mean, it's endless. So that's kind of the inside of the Dogghouse. Very well built, very well trimmed out. Very happy with that. Moving along here, we've got a 50-foot 3/4 inch hose with a nozzle, 45-gallon DOT approved gasoline transfer tank. So we use this, man, no more schlepping around freaking gas cans, 5-gallon gas cans blowing out of your truck on the highway. And we're basically just reel this out and fill your generators from up inside, fill your Honda transfer pump, which I'll show you in a minute. When you're done, you're done. That easy. As I mentioned before, two 10,000-pound axles, heavy duty, Summit hose reel. All your manifolds right here. So we've got suction for tank 1 and 2. This is tank 2, the other side's tank 1. So when I'm filling my inductor tank, I'll open up whichever tank I want to suck from. And I have this particular, I did modify this trailer a little bit on the plumbing. I wanted these to be pretty much solely for fresh water. So I've got 660 gallons of freshwater capacity for this particular setup. Then I have a 100-gallon cone inductor tank that I have isolated on a closed loop. And I still have the ability, if I wanted to put hot loads into both of these tanks or one of these tanks, I have agitation and fill on both of these tanks. So I pull up to my fire hydrant, I connect with my meter that I have a city agreement with my city, connect to the hydrant hose to the hydrant, cam lock fitting off. I basically open these two tanks and get to fill in the tank. It takes like 3 minutes to fill these tanks with the fire hydrant. Moving on, again, 1 inch. I believe we have 75 feet here of 1 inch hose for the drone fill. We've got the big nozzle. I'm telling you, this thing with this 200-gallon Honda Pacer pump over here, this thing will fill the drone. I run that Pacer pump just cracked above idle. I barely have to. It agitates the crap out of this 100-gallon inductor tank. It's really built to be able to agitate these larger tanks. So when I'm isolated to just this 100-gallon cone bottom inductor tank, it does an amazing job. And I ordered this True Clean inductor tank with the anti-vortex aluminum plate at the bottom of it. So as the tank gets emptier, more empty, should I say, you get that kind of cavitation vortex going on down there. With the anti-vortex plate, it prevents that from happening and gives you a good fill as your tank gets lower. Kind of coming up here, I've got a key fob actuated solenoid valve that when I'm up top flying, I can actually actuate this to either pump or go back to the agitation. So when the drone comes in and lands, I flip it from agitation to pump. Automatically, this thing goes and turns the valve, and now I've got full flow on the pump. That's an added feature that we really like. On this generator, we've got two 9500 running watt, 12,500 peak watt generators. They're Westinghouse. They've got a 50 amp charging capacity on them. We will probably upgrade these generators to a larger generator, something that's probably 12,000 watts, or I may even go big and do a couple Kubota, 14 kW diesel generators on here and be able to just really run all day long and be quiet and everything else. The fact of the matter is, if you're operating from up top, you don't really even hear these generators. The exhaust is pointed directly rearward, so if you're working on the ground, it can be loud, but not a problem. I wear Bluetooth noise canceling A&R headsets, which do a really good job. I installed this True Clean inductor tank. It's got the jug rinse, tank rinse. Casey, if you want to hop up here and have a look. So we've got the jug rinse and the tank rinse, and you can see the vortex, anti-vortex plate down in there. And this is really nice to be able to do triple rinsing on your containers, your F jugs, 2.5 gallon jugs. I've got this one here is for the jug rinse, open, sprays up, and it also is really nice for cleaning out this thing at the end of the day. And then this is my tank rinse. So I've got 3 different jets basically that push water and create a rinse of the entire tank. Back here we've got a really nice, I won't deploy it all the way out, but basically a really nice aluminum heavy duty ramp. So a lot of you may be wondering why we have this dirt bike. The ramp can obviously be used to go up and down when you're swapping batteries and doing everything. If you're operating on the ground, you're going to be having your battery charging cooling stations up there right in the center, in case you'll get a view of that. And right in there I have some tow straps in there. The cooling stations will go in there, and that's basically where you're pulling your batteries from. The dirt bike, I mean, you're going to do the walk of shame once. You mismanage your battery, the drones, you know, you're on critical low, you set it down a quarter mile, a half mile out in the field, and you got to go carry a freaking 28-pound battery that far out in the field when it's, you know, 100 degrees. That's no fun. So we bring this dirt bike along for not just that, but also confirming obstacle points. If I'm suspect on whether the mapping I used defined a boundary correctly, I'll hop on this thing, I'll ride over there and look at myself on the remote and determine whether or not, you know, the point is accurate. Another use for it is if I'm flying back in kind of technical hand flying areas, we'll have walkie-talkies between Casey and I. I'll take the bike back into the area I'm going to fly and manually fly, and we'll talk, and I'll tell her prop clear, and she'll say clear, and then I'll take off from where I'm at over there and get the drone out into the area that's more manual, and I sit on my dirt bike and basically fly the manual area, and then I can take it back, return to home, and land it. All right, all LED lights. So this thing's got really nice light features. In fact, so in the morning at 0 dark 30, when you're out getting ready and setting up, these things are like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, man. This thing, alien invasion, it's just this big, it's really, really bright. One more thing over here, Case, on what I forgot to show you is, you know, the control panel here. You've got a couple outlets here for USB-A. So if you wanted to charge your phone or what have you, you've got the strobe light function, which turns all of the lights on strobe mode. And so that's really good for safety if you're parked on the side of the highway, right? You've got your fuel pump, which runs your gasoline fill pump. And then you've got the spotlights, which, again, don't look up there, but they're really bright. And you've got them on all 3 sides. So that's kind of an important factor. Let's go ahead and take a look up top. I'm going to go around here and show you really nicely placed steps when you need to get up and in. Love that. Honda Pacer pump here. You know, these are really good. In fact, these are so widely available. I've got a brand new exact same model of this that I had on my drone skid for the flatbed, and I'm not using it. I went to an electric pump for that setup. So if this were to go down for whatever reason, I've got a brand new one I could swap out. All really nice fittings that are easy to flange fittings that are easy to disconnect and do repairs on. Very nice setup. Also, if you were to want to remove these are bolted down with these brackets here. You could get a forklift and just lift these, disconnect them obviously, and then pull these out and put whatever type of product in you wanted in here. You could put dry goods in big buckets or whatever you want. Really nice. I mean, billet aluminum caps. I mean, just everything's so nicely done. 45 gallons, as I said, DOT approved, right here on the side that you're filling up on. And again, drone storage over here as well. We don't have another drone in there right now, but there it is, comes out, you unload, you're good to go. This area is all LED lit up as well. So we'll go ahead and take you up top and show you what's going on up here. Very safe, easy to maneuver handrails and staircase. So I can't tell you how nice it is to be up here. One, like just right now, moving up here, the breeze. When you operate from up top, the breeze is just amazing. It's just a lot cooler. But what we do is we bring one of those barrel fans. It's about yay big around, and we'll put it down here and plug it in right there. We've got 2 outlets, waterproof outlet boxes here, and we'll point that fan on high right up at you, and it's just really nice on hot days. I had the guys at Apexx go ahead and weld on some 3/16 aluminum panels here on the pilot protection area, so all these fold down and get out of the way for transport. But when you're flying the drone, if something were to go sideways on the drone on landing or takeoff, you've got a place to be able to get behind without having blades come through the openings of the railings. 2 outlets on each side, as I mentioned. 2 recessed charging ports, if you will, for cooling stations. So if you wanted to use these, you can. We bounce back and forth. Sometimes we use those with the cooling stations. Sometimes we just have the cord come up and put the cooling station right here. And as you know, the T50 cooling stations have a really nice design to them. We definitely prefer them. I think universally everyone does over the previous iteration of the T40. But it's got a nice little step place where you put your foot and when you go to put it. So there's no need to make it a permanent fixture. I don't like going field to field. It's okay to have them out, but you know, I don't leave them up here. I want them to be able to quickly be removed and brought back inside the doghouse for storage. So 1 cooling station here, 1 cooling station here, and the Pipeliner Cloud umbrella, which does a great job. So we've got 2 tie down port positions for the drones. You can bungee, you can tie down strap, you can figure out whatever works best for you. And then you have another one back here. I typically take off 1 drone at a time from up here. Obviously it's only about maybe 16, 18 feet of space here, and not enough room to be taking off 2 drones at once, and I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't care how big your top deck is. So basically we deploy 1, take it off, wait 3 or 4 minutes. While that's happening, we deploy the second one and then take that one off. And then every 3 or 4 minutes, 1 is going out and 1 is coming back. If you run into a situation where 2 are coming in at the same time, which does happen, you just either hover, if you have the battery capacity, hover the T50 out, you know, 30, 40 feet away, or land it. Just land it and wait, and then take off and come up here when the other one leaves. Basically, this little hole right here, if you notice this, I put a cam lock fitting on the fill nozzle so that I could quick disconnect the fill nozzle, put the hose up here and be able to fill and change batteries up here, or quick disconnect the handle, drop the hose down through there. The handle obviously wouldn't fit through there, and I didn't want a big old hole in the deck. So the hose basically goes down there if we want to operate from the ground. It gives you good flexibility. That's something we did as an afterthought. We're going to talk about this on another video completely, but I spent 8 months developing this what we're calling the Vortex Rover. It's a flatbed drone skid, and we borrowed the concept from Apexx in their Dogghouse, their drone storage with the More Ride slide, and had this big steel 3/16 diamond plate box built. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but I just wanted to give you a peek since you're seeing it here. This is a killer setup. I don't believe there's another one like it on the market that has really secure lockable drone storage for 2 T50s. So that'll be one of the next videos we do. Also coming your way, I've got a New Way Ag trailer that we just finished completing for a customer down in Southwest Texas, and we'll be doing a video on that. Actually, I'm picking that thing up today. So again, Yanni Matson here, Vortex Advantage Ag. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, feel free, vortexag.com. is the website, and I'll have my cell phone at the end of the video as well. So reach out and contact us. Apexx drone trailers, Acre King 2 is badass, man. Come after it.